Napa, California. Smart decision, I think, Dave, probably right now. But I know he's missing. Well, there's Dan Goldberg, gets way sideways coming out of turn 7, just about holds it together. And he's going to make a loop to the inside and loops it around. He's just too impatient, is Dan Goldberg. That was a silly mistake. And I tell you what, the team principal there, Brent O'Neill at Performance State Motorsports, he will not be a happy camper right now. A fair amount of racing experience. If we see again, he just made a mistake at turn 7 and then compounded it by making another one at turn 8 there. Really silly move there by Dan. He's got plenty of experience, Jay. Yeah, John Brownson, Mr. Excitement he's known as. That's probably why. Let's have a look. At just got on the throttle a little too hard coming out of turn 5. That's a shame for John. He'd made some good early ground
laps to try and make that move work, and he just stuck the nose down the inside at the right moment as we have 2 spinning cars on track and contact made. The only victim not affected there was Cameron Castles, who managed to keep driving, but there is damage to 2 cars, and 1 car is actually stuck in the sand trap. Number 60 is Bruce Hamilton. He's continued to drive, but he has right front suspension damage.
And maybe we can have a look at the replay as to what happened. Just coming down the hill into turn 5, and Joel Janko just left his braking way too late there. Counted into the back of which car was that?
One into the
car, Stephen
back.
Thomas. Yeah, Stephen Thomas spun him around, and then poor old Bruce Hamilton there.
Oh.
Yeah, don't get greedy down the hill there into turn 8. No, he's going to get greedy. Okay, he's going to make a dive for the inside. It's a bit of a late pass, and he's not learned from his earlier mistake as Dan Goldberg, because he's done pretty much exactly what he did before. Just got it in there too deep. Self again.
Getting another opportunity to see this, and you called it, Jeremy. Don't make the move. He did. It was the same spot as last time going into turn 8. The same result. You see.
Yes, a couple of laps down is Bruce Hamilton. Oh no, there's Greg Palmer in the gravel.
Oh, curse of the commentator. We're saying nice things about Greg Palmer, and now he is off. Is he beached? Is he unable to get out of there? Happened to put Palmer in the gravel to begin with. He's driving on his own, and the back end just comes around on him when he gets into the braking zone. Him. Now, is that Jonathan George or is that David Grant? 47 Norma. As there's a spin further back, Cameron Castles. Bad luck out of the way yesterday. That was actually a turn 6 it was. You got all your bad luck out of the way yesterday. Stop this. You don't need to do any more of it. We're now into the entrance of the carousel, where both cars seem to be very well planted. As off the course, once again, that's the number 3. This time it's Eric Palmer behind the wheel for Junior 3 Racing. Where is he? He's at the...
Turn 5. He should be able to get that car going again. Yeah, these cars have onboard starters, so he's able to get that. Oh no, don't park it in the middle of the track in this race. So that's another. Where are they now? Coming across to complete that line. So there's going to be another probably 8 laps. Oops, there's a spin for Tony's Kazimierz. That's a surprise. You don't often see Tony's going around, but he has done the exit to turn 14. That wasn't a battle for position. Maybe on the straights, but just got a little bit greedy, did Tony's, I think there. Yeah, look at the speed he carries through the
left
corner.
Side wheels. Yeah,
he carried massive through that corner, Shane.
John Brownson, new leader on the last lap of this race, as off in the gravel is the 75 Performance Tech. That back down the inside going into 6. He's there. The pass is Dickerson, and he makes it stick back. So Dickerson still in 2nd place as Wyatt Schwab is the leader. And now the fight's on for 3rd as Grant goes off the track after a little bit of an issue there with Scott Andrews. I didn't see any contact between the 2 cars, but there could have been a touch on that last lap as they came through before the carousel. That resulted in the orange 47 Motorsport car spinning off the track. That's turn 7, the car that started on pole.
TCR up front, leading the way.
Oh, that's a late move. Way too late. Not sure if they lost the brakes or not.
Wow. Believe that's the 93 of Siegel. The 2nd carbon entry. Heavy front end damage.
This down in turn 12, Canada corner.
And that's the nature of Canada corner all the way down the back straightaway, that it's not a straightaway. It's
tight as they come up to the left-hander turn 6. Who's going to prevail? So Russell Ward is in the car. Yeah, that was tight. Go ahead, Lee.
Boy, oh boy. Dave, you pointed it out. You got it. You flagged it. It was an arm wrestle, and in the end, Russell Ward came off 2nd best.
We see here Robbie Foley. This is turn 6. He's on the outside of Russell Ward. Russell Ward trying to run him wide, run him out of racetrack. Robbie Foley would not give it up there, and at that point, that is not Robbie Foley's fault. He is holding the outside of the racetrack. Russell Ward, see here, on board with Scott Maxwell. Russell Ward trying to run Robbie Foley out of racetrack.
Oh, this is the 96. Pardon me, that wasn't Robbie Foley. So this is the 96.
Oh, okay.
That's what happened.
I was going to say, I didn't think there was a lot of damage from that contact.
Vincent Bartle.
So when I thought it was the 95 that had the damage, he still had another car, and we got
James Clay and Scott Maxwell, turn 6 has been a hot spot. By the way, need to update you from race control. No action taken on the Robbie Foley, Russell Ward situation. Fort Hyundai's.
Clay is involved.
Here's the Ford performance on board. Scott Maxwell, have a listen.
Battle for 4th up into turn 6. Just tried to drive around the outside as Clay was looking at the inside there and just locks up the rear.
Is in that LA Honda World machine, but Ernstone goes by and Miller goes straight on. Hang on to it, Chris. Whoa.
That looked like a brake issue for Chris Miller. St. Miller just looks like, I don't know, Calvin. Oh, a little puff of smoke out of the right front.
Yeah, well, these cars have ABS and you can get into like a numbing feeling, but that looked like more than that.
Fighting over a top 5 spot. Whoa.
Just too tight there, a little touch there, and Trent Hinman goes for a spin, so.
6-second gap on Kyle Marcelli. Oh.
Whoa, that's Billy Johnson. That is huge.
Wow. I wonder if he dropped a wheel exiting turn 7 there and shot across the track.
Oh my, that Mercedes AMG GT4 is crunched. So,
oh my gosh.
He was a little bit wide, it looked like, in the car in front of him. Foss had dropped a bit of dirt on the racetrack as well. I'm not sure if that distracted him further.
Lumberland in the race car, and you can see the B-roll of that accident earlier this morning on your screen now. It was a pretty significant impact, but he did a good job there to kind of turn the car sideways and broadside the wall as opposed to going straight in. Didn't do too much damage to the race car. Tub is still straight, so they're going to race that car tomorrow, Dave.
Racing this year for Meyer Shank Racing. There's the difference between a P2 prototype and the GT Le Mans car. Whoa, on the grass. That's wild. That's Merriman again. He's already had one spin today. It's been a wild day at Road America for Dwight Merriman, who goes off at turn 5 through the gravel trap.
Yeah, there may be a little touch there with Jesse Kroon and that number 18 LMP2 machine as they made that run down.
As we see it again, Merriman squeezes the BMW and then gets his left side tires on the grass. When he does that, the tires being so hot picks up all that grass and dirt, and as he goes to the brake pedal, it hasn't been cleaned off yet, so the car just really.
And here we see it from up above where he just misses the apex there and scoots across the gravel trap. One of the unique things about sports car racing, we talk about multi-class racing, 4 classes.
Here it is. The rain has arrived, and it has had an impact. Oh boy, Pippo Durrani, the Sebring winner from just 2 weeks ago, is off track and into the tire barrier.
And it sounded like maybe right behind that something else was happening, but Pippo Durrani, and that's the problem on slick, hot tires. If it starts to downpour like that in one part of the racetrack and you're not expecting it, as we see the 18 LMP2 cars spun as well, all these cars that are on slick tires.
10 car who were tied for the lead coming into this championship round. They've got wets on. Look at the slide behind there with one of the factory Porsches. He's out of control, just can't keep it together.
It's the 912 of Earl Bamber, the leader in GTLM.
And he may beat Beach there. Let's see if he can to get out.
You hit that brake pedal.
Oh, he's stuck.
No grip underneath the race car, nothing he could do. Fortunately, he didn't get into one of the other cars as they were going through the apex of turn 1.
Oh, the Meyer Shank.
That's the 57. That's Alvaro Parent. And understandably full course yellow.
By staying out, look at that as he gets on the brake, he goes to the inside of Bill Oberlin, hits the brake pedal, and just loses control immediately.
From the lead of GTLM to being beached.
Uses on slick tires, spins, and then Montoya here, we ride on board, gets contacted. Big damage from behind. Looks like maybe the 52 car there, that's where we see the damage for some.
He's got to keep it together. Oh, there's more
Tandy.
911.
And that looks like the BMW that was leading the race,
Yes.
John Edwards.
I wonder if they had contact or whether they just spun off in the same part of the racetrack.
Oh boy, that's at the kink, of course. Edwards gets across. He gets across. So that's first and third in GTLM. That's going to hand the win if he can hang in there to Antonio Garcia.